Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Get My Whooping Stick. He says, I used to beat my kids to your podcast, but now we just smoke cones and listen together. Our family has never been closer.
Wow.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations on that.
That is
It's
fucking
really
epic.
good.
We should be charging by the hour for that therapy. Do you know how much they make, bro?
Therapists?
Yeah.
I mean, do they make that much?
Like $30 an hour, I reckon.
Dude, therapy is like $180 a session.
I don't pay my therapist at all. I just tell her about my problems. I spit on her. No, wait, that's a hooker. That's a hooker. Sorry, my bad. No,
What are you doing?
not a therapist. Different line of work there.
Hey, dude, sexual healing is a real thing. Marvin Gaye.
I'm joined today by my co-host.
You're Marvin Gaye.
Marvin
Sorry,
Gaye.
carry on.
It's Pride Month.
Yeah, what the fuck? Jesus Christ,
It
Jay.
is Pride
On a
Month.
roll.
Well, yeah, anyone can be Marvin Gaye. Is there a
Okay.
problem with that?
There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
I'm joined today by my co-host Marvin Gaye.
How's it going? I'm Marvin Gaye.
His name's Marvin, and he happens to be gay. It's not a big deal. Pride Month.
Yeah.
Turn up.
Marvin
Pride
Gaye.
Month.
No, of course it's Jay, aka McCramey. We are
How's it
also joined by Swagger Souls himself,
Hey, we pimp chimpin'.
and it's Matt.
Yo, my name's Matt.
My
name-
rubber
my
band.
name, Matt.
See what you got going there? You playing Cat's Cradle?
Oh, how do you do that shit again? Where you go like with the fingers, right? You're like,
Yeah, with the fingers. Come on, show the
See if I
camera.
can-
Show the
Oh
camera.
fuck! I don't know if I
It's-
can do this, bro. That's been a
go.
minute since middle school.
There you go. You
Let's
got it.
see.
Hey.
Oh,
You
wait.
You know, yeah, thread that
Whoa.
through.
Yeah, no,
Right
he
there,
does
right
not.
there.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I can
go,
do this,
Matt.
man. I can't handle this pressure.
Skill.
He does not have
Skillful.
it.
Look at that.
Oh,
wait.
yeah. That's
There you
it.
go.
Oh, show the
No
camera.
way.
Yes.
He's done
I
it.
made a
There you go.
vagina.
To
Like
anyone
that?
listening on audio alone, Matt is doing some bullshit with a rubber band. It's the peak of entertainment here on the Misfits podcast. By the way, guys, you can listen to this podcast 24 hours early on Spotify exclusively.
Wait a minute.
That's right.
24
Wow.
hours early
Yeah,
on Spotify?
That is a whole day, Swagger. That's like a whole day.
A whole fucking
It's
day.
a whole day earlier. And I'm pretty sure that Spotify now has video as well.
No way.
They're
They can.
slowly
They can
rolling
see
out
us right now,
video
right?
From what I heard,
Yeah.
is that it's slowly being rolled out to different people. I'm not sure what the rollout entails.
Are we even supposed to
But
talk about
what I
that?
do know is that I have no idea. We'll have
fuck
this
it.
cleared. But I know. I think it's like near our anniversary, which is
Hmm.
probably the next podcast coming up. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it'll be rolled out to everybody, and everyone will be able to enjoy us on video
on Spotify.
on Spotify.
That's so
24
lit.
hours early.
That's incredible.
Damn.
Man, the 2-year anniversary of the show. What the hell?
2-year
years, What the
anniversary.
fuck?
That's fucked. It's been 2 years.
What the
It's
frick?
We
little-
just started that shit like
Oh,
2
shit.
months ago.
I just realized I have my Twitch chat on, and it just, someone,
Let's
in
go
my
in chat.
someone in my offline chat just
Yes.
popped up in the corner of the screen. I'm going to turn that off real quick.
There you go. Spitz abandoned us. The bottom left.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
was talking on
2 years. I can't believe we're coming up on 2 years. I guess we should probably talk about that more on the actual anniversary itself. But holy fuck,
Of course.
we've been doing
That's
this
a
for
long
Next
ass time.
episode.
a
It'll
while
be a little
now.
celebration.
Yeah, true. What else is new? What's going on in the world?
I
You
found
wanna
out
ask
that
that
Jeffrey
question?
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh yeah,
No.
Yeah, we did as well.
Didn't he?
Yeah, I only just found out, though.
you just found
Shit.
out. Yeah, Jay was
Yeah.
just saying before the show started that he's just watched a documentary on Netflix about Jeffrey Epstein. I've also seen the same documentary.
Fuck.
Jay, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I watched one episode along with you, Cam, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was pretty
Bro,
fucking horrible.
He's fucked as, but he's rich. He's so
Yeah,
rich.
bro.
He's got so much money.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
owns
not anymore.
everything.
He dead, bro.
or is
Yeah. Yeah, is he dead?
Mm.
Like, what the
Oh.
fuck actually happened to him?
he? Look, everyone knows that there's no way a guy like that kills himself. You know, like there's just no way that guy killed himself. He's
He's like the El Chapo of, like, America, right? No, not at all.
No, not at all. Actually,
Well,
no
it's
comparison.
not at all.
Oh.
Like completely.
But they were
different
both rich,
person.
so, like,
They were both rich.
and they were both kind of bad.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
think who do you think was worse, El Chapo or Jeffrey Epstein?
why are you gonna do that to me?
I
What?
mean,
How can I
it's
pick?
kind of a
one's
lose-lose
worse than the
question.
other?
Worse.
Yeah, what the fuck?
kind of
Because
lose-lose.
Jeffrey Epstein's fucked, but I don't know what El
But
Chapo
Jeffrey
really
Epstein
did.
didn't like kill people, did he?
El
Did-
Chapo
El
probably
Chapo
murdered
did.
tons of cunts. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Oh fuck! I
He's a
reckon
gangster.
Jeffrey Epstein's worse. If I had to,
Yeah, I mean,
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey
he's-
did literally molest a lot of people. So
yeah, I know. Like, what the fuck?
uh,
And got away with it for like so long.
for ages. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy story. And you
Yeah.
know, the thing is that a guy like that, because he clearly like in his head just didn't care at all, right? Like
Yeah,
complete and utter
100%.
Yeah.
sociopath or a psychopath or whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's just no way that he killed himself. He either got killed in that prison or he got bailed out by his rich buddies. And
Yeah.
he's living somewhere.
now.
He's living somewhere.
He's living
out
on his
there.
private island.
Yep. Probably just raping the wildlife or something. I don't know.
Legit, like some.
He's moved on to other endeavors. All right. On the topic of who's worse, let's play it again. Who's worse, Genghis Khan or Hitler? Talk about it.
Hitler.
Okay.
You reckon?
Who the fuck's Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan was that dude that was like, hey, I'm from Mongolia. I'm going to fucking take over the entirety of Asia and rape everybody I see.
Yeah.
And then he did.
He did.
Why are there so many rapers?
I know, right? Isn't it crazy?
Fucking
Isn't it
hell.
like something like 20 or like some absurd percentage of people
Oh,
that
yeah.
in Asia have like Genghis Khan DNA?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
Oh
I heard
my
about
god!
And
No.
5%
I'm
or
pretty
some
sure
shit
it was
like
him.
that.
It was either Genghis Khan or Attila the Hun. I'm pretty
No,
sure
no, no.
it
It's
was
Genghis Khan.
Genghis.
It's Genghis Khan.
And
Yeah, I heard that.
He murdered everybody shorter than him.
Mm.
Oh
Which
shit!
I
Holy
think
fuck!
is fucking. Oh no, not everyone short.
They're
Everyone
taller.
taller.
Taller than
Oh, I
Everyone's
was gonna
taller
say,
than
imagine
him.
if he's like 6'8".
Yeah, right. So
Kills
everyone
everyone.
taller than Genghis, he fucking murdered. Which you know, I can kind of be like, you know,
I can
Imagine
get
a
behind
midget
that.
that's
taking
not,
over.
you know, it's understandable.
Just like thousands of
You
midgets riding on horses.
You can't call them midgets. You can't
But
do that.
appar-
I
apparently
mean,
that's the
small
reason why-
people, tiny people, little
Yeah,
people,
I don't know.
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
Maybe
dwarves,
It's
Little
just the
guys.
worst
I don't know.
little,
Little guys, little boys.
little people.
We are just so fucking stupid. and
Oh, I
ignorant.
still
I don't know what I'm
But-
talking about,
But
but
apparently that's the reason why people in Asia are shorter than the average height in
'Cause Genghis?
globally. Because of Genghis.
interesting.
Yep.
That's an actual interesting statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Genghis was a short king.
He was definitely a short guy. I don't know if we can call what he did king shit swagger.
I mean, he literally ruled over Asia.
yeah, I mean he was a king in that sense, but
It was literally king shit.
yeah,
He was the emperor.
It was literally king shit. Yeah, we stand Genghis Khan.
We're saying Genghis.
Yeah, no,
Genghis.
Hitler probably was worse though. I mean, he did do some.
I
pretty
reckon
bad
as
stuff.
well.
Yeah, dude.
No one really
he
likes
ate a
Hitler.
taco bar a day. That's
Who
fucking
killed more,
unreal.
Genghis Khan or Hitler?
Huh?
Surely Genghis Khan killed more people.
I don't know.
No.
I mean,
Oh,
under his
yeah.
power, who killed more?
I think
I mean,
Probably.
Hitler probably killed more indirectly.
Ooh.
Like, how many people did
Yeah.
Hitler really kill, like, by his own hand? Genghis killed a lot of cunts
Probably
by his
none.
own hand, I think.
Yeah,
but
that
also
yeah.
his armies, obviously, as well. You know?
Yeah, fuck, that's so weird. Oh no, I reckon Hitler's worse. So I'm just gonna lock in the answer.
I'm
Yeah.
locking
Locking in
in
B.
Khan's probably
I'm
worse.
locking Hitler.
All right. Well, you can let us know in the comments who's worse.
Yeah, who's worse,
10
Genghis
most
or
ruthless
Hitler?
Yeah. Whose team are you on? Who do you stand more?
Monkey is.
Man,
Donkey W.
history's wild, man. There's so many people doing influential things on either a fucked up level or a good level right throughout human history. And here we are
100%.
in 2020, and shit is just getting wild. You know, like I really
I
think
know.
that I really think it's just the beginning of a fucking
Yeah,
absolute descent.
we learn from our mistakes. Oh wait,
We-
do we?
Do we? Yeah, do we
I
actually?
was trying to say
No,
some like
we don't.
philosophical shit,
we
but
don't
we
learn
apparently
from
just
mistakes.
don't.
History constantly repeats itself over and over again. It's a cycle. We're trapped in a cycle of
Jesus.
Hey,
time.
what's the saying? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes.
Damn.
So,
You a poet?
Wait,
Bars
how does
this
that-
fucking year, bro. Goddamn.
like, you know, the same exact thing isn't going to happen, but something similar to the past is going to repeat itself.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
Yeah, I mean, it's never exact,
Yeah.
obviously.
yeah, it's never exact.
But that's,
you know,
that's kind of like taking the saying a bit too literally, I think, Swagger. So, you know what I'm saying? It's more just that the general concept of how things turned out in the past repeat. You know?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever tried
No
DMT?
way.
Like a pendulum
Pendulum.
swing.
It swings.
Pendulum.
Yeah.
Yeah, world is fucked right now.
Yeah, it's kind of fucky.
Yeah.
I kind of miss when Australia was on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
simpler
pretty normal.
times.
What the
It
hell?
was simpler times.
It was. It was like, well, it's burning, but, you know, what are you going to do? It's just nature.
Who's really dying? Just, well, I mean, all the animals were.
yeah, a
but
lot of animals.
Yeah, a lot of animals,
lot
people were
of
dying as well, but
People,
you know,
people died. Yeah. Firefighters, you know, risked their lives.
Fuck.
Kind of ignorant thing to say, man.
What was? Wait, what did you say, Matt?
I was like, it's not like anyone was dying. Then I was like, oh wait, no, the animals were. Then the house.
Yeah, weren't
no,
there
there's a
literally
lot of
like
people dying.
billions of like wildlife dead?
it was
Yeah,
like a
actually,
billion.
like actually a
1
billion.
billion
What the fuck?
wildlife dead.
Yeah.
Still can't
Jesus
believe that.
Christ, man.
You think animals like have their own history that they tell? When they talk to each other with their animal voices.
Well,
I don't
I
think they
heard-
have written language.
No,
yeah,
I think
not
that's
like
where
that.
you're wrong. I think it's an ancient civilization of animals that pass down knowledge through generations.
I heard some cunts found a 79 million-year-old mosquito. That cunt's
that-
got stories to tell, bro. Like,
Yes,
Is that the one with all the?
I wonder how many
dinosaur
times
DNA?
he's gotten AIDS. Like, actually, like
Dino AIDS.
79 million
He's been
years.
carrying AIDS for 79 million years. How many cunts
Like,
that guy
geez.
bit?
I actually wonder, like,
Fuck. He's gonna be one of those
Hitler,
hectic
Genghis Khan, or
mosquitoes.
this fucking mosquito. Like,
Yeah, he probably remembers
that's
like
the new option.
biting fucking, Cleopatra and shit. Fucking dude
Legit.
being around.
That
Dinosaurs
dude
and
has
shit,
stories
you
to
get,
tell.
Like the DNA out of them, just like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, man, we need to
Can we
get that
bring back
guy.
Genghis Khan?
On the podcast.
Yeah, that mosquito on the
You need to get
podcast.
mosquito on the podcast.
Fucking
Sick. Misfits podcast featuring a 79 million year old mosquito. He's here on the show. Fucking
just a massive
Oh.
microphone in front of it.
Yo, how annoying is it when you're trying to go to sleep and you like just turn off the light and you lay your head down to rest and you close your eyes and then you just hear it in the background of the room, just like.
Oh god, it's the
Oh.
worst.
You guys know that?
And you
shit?
start like
Right,
Mr.
right.
Miyagiing around the room. Fucking
You're like, there's a process. Like at first you're like, it's not that bad. I'll just fucking sleep. It'll be fine. Like he won't bite.
And it
It'll
lands
be
on your
fine.
face, gets on your ear.
And then like
Ugh.
for some reason the cunt just starts coming close, just goes right by your ear, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta fucking get up and find this thing, and then turn on the light, and you're standing up in your bed, like hands fucking like,
And then you don't hear
out.
a single fucking thing
and he's
as soon as
just
you turn on the
quiet. This
light.
motherfucker's just fucking with you, and you'll see him and you chase him around. I've done that countless times back home in
Yeah,
New
whenever I
Zealand.
do that, I feel like fucking Walter White when he's trying to kill the fly that's contaminating his methamphetamine.
That was a good episode of Breaking
It was a
Bad,
really
by the
good
way.
episode.
Yeah,
That was.
fucking-
That's a
was
good ass
wasn't
show.
that
as
supposed to be
well.
like a filler episode? It ended up being like a really good episode.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, the entire
was-
episode was just in the lab, right? Pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, this is why I sleep with a fan for white noise. Not like
Bro,
a
You sleep
fan.
with a
Don't
fan?
sleep
What
with
the
fans,
fuck?
bro.
No, like I sleep with an electric fan
Oh,
that blows air on me.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Damn, you
Yeah,
do
she
that?
drives a Tesla.
Hmm.
right. Because
That was a bad
Right
joke.
on,
she's
bro.
electric. Yeah.
Fucking, it's a horrible joke. No, an electric fan that blows air.
Yeah, electric
Like a-
fan.
Yes.
Does it make noise?
Yes.
How do you sleep at night?
Comfortably. White noise is great.
I like white noise as
I
well.
like
I
the
have to sleep with
ocean.
white noise.
Yeah, it's like I need the ocean or I need like I remember me and Mason were at the hotel in Boston for PAX East, and none of us could get to sleep because of how fucking quiet it was. And so I turned on my laptop and I put on it was like cosmic space noises, 12 hours.
What does it sound like?
It was just like
You-
white noise. It was just fucking literally just
Can you
white
like
noise.
make what it sounds like?
Sound
Can
of
you,
I
like,
don't even
imitate it?
remember what it sounded like. We were on edibles.
and
And it worked. It
His
worked.
laptop, like your speakers on your laptop were actually on mute the whole time, and you're just hallucinating all the
It was
sounds.
just fucking
Dude, that sounds sick, bro. Oh my god.
I've
Yeah,
never
Yeah,
been
white noise
a-
goes hard.
I've never been
Yeah,
a
it
white
goes
noise
big
kind of guy.
fuck with
I
that.
never really sleep to that shit. Sometimes
You
I'll
more-
like put on some calming rain sounds,
Mm.
you know. with
Rain
the
goes hard
Bluetooth
as well.
on.
Mm.
Oh yeah, Rain's a good one.
But I like silence. I like to be the complete silence in my coffin when I go to sleep. You know.
I
Oh,
can't sleep
nice.
in complete silence.
listening to my thoughts.
Yeah, my thoughts. I actually have a podcast in my head at all times. It's called it's called being schizophrenic. It's awesome.
Imagine your other personalities are like, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. We're joined today by personality number 3.
It's like, hey guys, I'm feeling really happy.
Stab someone! Stab someone!"
Oh yeah,
Oh,
In my head, I'm not
he's
the host of
back.
the podcast.
yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
a guest in my own show.
Don't even have
Fuck,
control
that's
over it.
deep.
I'm just a guest in my own show. Fucking every day I wake up and oh god, it's another episode. Fucking here we go. Gotta talk about some shit. Like, so how you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. He's like, please talk about it. You know?
We need content, please. Talk
Please
about
talk
it.
about it. Okay, well, fuck. I guess I'm gonna do some streaming and I don't know. Fucking write a tweet. They're like, okay, that's it. That's really it, bud. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you sure?
We got another hour to go.
Kind of boring.
Like the whole,
Might want to step
like a
up
whole
the
new
content,
meaning that's
bud.
left out there. Damn.
Why the fuck do we keep inviting this guy on? I don't know.
Speaking of podcast content, I watched something popped up on YouTube the other day about FPS Russia.
Mm.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
cunt
what
went
happened
to
with him?
prison, federal prison, for
Mhm.
half an ounce of weed.
Yep.
Yeah, not
Oh,
the
yeah, and
guns.
they
They
took his,
wanted,
like-
they wanted
took
any
all his
excuse
guns
to
too,
fucking
right?
put that guy in jail and take his guns.
What the fuck?
And it was
yeah,
like
they sold
hundreds of
$400,000
thousands of dollars worth of guns.
It was a lot of shit. It was like that, his artillery, his flamethrower, like all of his collectibles, like everything.
Just for weed. God
It was
damn.
because of the tannerite, right? It was because they were on the ATF shit list because they kept getting that explosive. They'd shoot a car and it'd fucking explode. I'm pretty sure the material they used was called tannerite.
Mm.
And you're literally purchasing a shit ton of explosives and blowing it up on this compound of theirs with all these firearms. And as well as that, he's doing all of this with like a Russian undertone, which I'm sure the government.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shit.
Wow.
So
He was
I'm
not actually
pretty
Russian
sure
at all, though, right? He's just an American.
no,
guy
no,
doing
he
Nah,
it.
was
no, not at all.
literally an actor,
Yeah.
literally just acting. But
Yeah.
no, they just they got him for half an ounce of weed and just fucked his shit up. Just fucked
That's
him.
crazy,
Yeah.
man.
It's so dumb.
That is
So
crazy.
dumb.
Yeah. And the way he was describing prison, man, like I had dreams about going to prison that night, and I was like, I would do so shit in prison. I
Oh
would
my
get
God.
so bored.
What was the dream like?
I can't remember. All I remember is I was in this like prison cell, and like that was it.
I feel
It
like
was
if I
really
went to
boring.
prison, I'd get ripped. I just do push-ups all day.
Yeah, but how many push-ups can you do before it's like, okay, like I'm just doing push-ups. This is really boring.
Look at some of those guys in jail. Look how
Shut up.
trash they are. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to
All
think
you do
like
is get jacked.
Yeah.
it's easy to think like, oh, I'll be so, I'll be alright. I'll just do a bunch of push-ups, but it's actually
Right,
probably
yeah.
mentally very fucked up. Like, can you imagine your first
Yeah.
night in jail,
Yeah,
knowing that
what
you're
the
gonna
fuck?
be there for years? Like, especially if it's like a multiple year
Yeah, and you
sentence.
know it's years.
You just know, like, oh, so this is just it now. This is my life. Like, there's no
Yeah.
going to the shop. There's no scene, there's no meeting up with this cute girl I met on Tinder. There's just hot, steamy Gerard in the showers who wants to fuck me. And the four walls of my cell and terrible food and whatever else goes on in prison. I don't know. Shiving.
Yeah, it freaked me the fuck out. I was
Yeah,
like, oh my
shiving.
god.
I mean, it depends on the prison, obviously, but yeesh. Wouldn't fuck
Yeah.
with
I'd probably like write books or some shit or something if I was in
Yeah.
a cell. Just like anything creative to pass the time.
Yeah, I mean, you'd
Probably.
have to.
Another thing, if you went to prison for like, say, you were in there for 10 years, as soon as you go into prison, what do you do?
Ooh.
As soon as you get into the prison, as soon as you're in the block,
Do
you're
what
just
the
chilling
movies
there.
tell you. You punch the biggest guy in the face, and then you get stabbed, and then you're dead, and then your prison
No,
sentence is
no.
over.
I
you go.
I know for an absolute fact that any of the people in this call would probably just cry for a long time.
Yeah, legit. I'm
would
right.
probably just actually just cry. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything we have to do. Like, you're fucked. They've got you.
Yeah.
They finally caught
But-
you.
If we're speaking strategically,
Yeah.
I would go there, and then first night I'd keep to myself. Oh fuck
That's
yeah! I
it.
don't know what else to do after that.
Just
I would
I'm a massive introvert, so I'll probably
and
just stay inside and although I
Like,
just
as
keep
soon
staying
as-
inside forever.
Yeah.
as soon as I'm in like general population, I would just walk around and just look as insane and
Just
fucking
eyeballs.
crazy as possible, and just like not even look at people, but just like look like past them, and just like
See
look
through them.
around.
Just look through everyone you see. Like, my God, that guy just saw right
Yeah.
through me.
Just like that kind of thing. Like just look unhinged and crazy, and if anyone fucks with you, then try your best to beat the shit out of them as violently as possible, so everyone else leaves you alone.
Interesting. So you're kind of going like the psychopath, like, don't fuck with this guy. He's clearly crazy.
Well, yeah, essentially, if you want to be left alone, there was this one speaker that went to my high school. He used to be a Vietnam veteran, and he was
Holy shit.
put on morphine because of I think a battle injury, and then he was discharged. And then because he wanted more morphine, he ended up getting addicted to heroin. He got a drug addiction, and then he got put in
Shit.
jail. Got put in jail for it.
Mm.
And as soon as he walks in jail, he saw the biggest fucking guy. He said he was like 6'7", fucking ripped. And what he
Fuck
did
that.
is he just walked right up to him and he beat the shit out of him. like unprovoked. He just went up to the dude and he just started beating
the
the
actual
fuck out of him, like
Okay.
kneeing him in the face, like fucking like punching him in the head, like knocking his head against the wall, like trying to make as big of a scene in front of as many people as possible. And then after that, he said nobody fucked with him. He got like an extra year, like half a month. No, not half a month, half a year onto his sentence or something for it. But but yeah, he said no one fucked with him. But he was a Vietnam vet, so obviously, I guess he was trained enough to do that.
Yeah, shit.
what's
What do you
the
have to lose at
probability
that
of that
point? You know,
working?
you're already in jail. Might as well go
I don't
for
know,
it.
dude. I don't know. I mean, if you just fucking walk into jail and just beat the shit out of somebody,
Sounds
I think
like a fake
everyone,
story. You know,
Hey, I don't know.
a
I
6
don't know.
foot
The guy was
like
seven
every movie
jack
plot.
guy just got beat up just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I would
but the
say
guy
if
was
I.
like the guy was like 6'5".
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
what
you're
I
just-
would say if I
Oh,
went into.
Andy's like a vet. He probably
Like an
knows how to
even man.
fight. They train
Yeah,
him in
Andy's
that
a
shit.
vet. He probably
Yeah,
you
but
know,
he's a Vietnam vet. You know.
yeah, what's
trying
that
to say
supposed to
I'm
mean?
sorry. I don't
What are you
even-
trying to say there?
I don't even
What
know.
the
I
fuck?
don't even know what that was supposed to
We
be.
got 2 Americans in here.
So
Be
sorry.
careful.
I just saw Swag. I honestly just said it because I wanted to see what Swag's reaction
Yeah,
would be.
dude. The Vietnam vets are the ones you really don't want to fuck with.
I'm just fucking around.
You know,
I'm
those
just
are the
fucking
ones
around.
with like the PTSD. You know?
No, I think that if I went to prison, like, you know, obviously if I actually went to prison, I would probably just cry and be a little bitch. But, you know, if I was being strategic, what I would probably do is I would go the charisma route and I would just try and make friends and be funny. You know, I'd just be the guy
Hashtag
like, no,
charisma.
don't beat that guy up. He's funny. You know, we like him. He's got good jokes.
Don't stab that guy. I like his
You're
jokes.
prison
stabbing him
jester.
with shivs, and you're like, "Hey, that guy, he told a couple of good jokes. Come on, what
No,
do
I'm
you do?
serious.
What do you
Like,
do?"
you know, like, I feel like humor has got to be quite important in prison. If you're funny, then you can fucking, people will be like, no, don't fuck with that guy. He's got good jokes. You
He's a
can make you
comedian.
laugh.
They're
Try
just
to
stabbing you
rally
with
everybody
shivs, and you're just like, okay, I get the point. And they're like, this guy's got jokes. Then they leave you alone.
Trying
like
to
it.
start like a stand-up comedy club in prison.
Honestly, like yeah, you know, that's exactly what I'd do. And I would just be like, you know, I don't know, oh, look at me, I'm in jail, you know, just like making people laugh and shit.
Oh, we're in
Like,
here for 25 to
hey.
life. Whoa, look at
I
me.
did some
Jail
fucked up
food,
shit.
am
I'm
I
paying the
right?
consequences. No,
Hey,
who
murdered
here in the
someone back in
who here in the
64?
crowd murdered somebody? Who here in the crowd? Oh, yeah,
Sure,
you
yeah.
boys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to kill tonight up on stage.
is that Genghis Khan in the back? What the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing
gang.
here, buddy? What the fuck? They finally got you.
We'd do so good in prison.
Yeah, I think we do pretty well.
Yeah, we would just have a podcast in prison, but everyone would gather around us at the lunch table. It would just be,
Just do the podcast from our cell right before everyone goes to sleep.
yeah, just bringing you great opinions and content such as Jeffrey Epstein bad and Genghis
100%.
Oh, his
Khan.
cell's like
bad.
3 over from mine. Hey, what's up, Epstein? Come on to the podcast. We got a special guest today.
It's Jeffrey
Oh, wait,
Epstein's
he's not
hanging
responding.
body.
He's leaving us hanging. What's he doing?
There'd be some fucked guests you could get.
Yeah,
You could get some crazy guests in prison,
you
actually.
get some interesting stories.
Like,
It'd be like that show, Mindhunter.
mm,
We interview them, but like it'd be funny.
it'd be,
Instead,
well,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. It might be tragic.
not really.
It might be absolutely tragic, you know. But yeah, you could definitely get some good guests in prison. People got to have some good stories. I wonder, I wonder what it would be like. You know, I kind of imagine the culture shock coming out of prison after like a 50-year sentence today. You know,
yeah.
like with the internet, all just catching up to do
Can
culturally.
you imagine?
With Teslas.
But imagine it like going in today and getting out 25 years down the line. Just think about how much you'd miss, you know, because I feel like culture is accelerating at a rate that it just never has before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so much change will occur in our lifetime. That's gonna be fucking nutty. Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll have to ask the prisoners when we eventually go there for something we did.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most probable reason you'd go to jail?
Definitely not murdering someone.
Definitely not tax evasion.
Definitely not something I did back in 1984.
Jay's actually a
Yeah.
very old man, wise beyond his years. That's why he only ever shows half his face on the
Exactly.
script parts. He's
The
hiding
rest of my
something.
body is a 84-year-old man's body.
Wrinkled and
I'm a
battered.
frail old man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone needs to do like a fan art of like a sketch, like a witness sketch of you then.
A witness sketch.
Or what do they call it? Yeah, the
Fucking
witness sketch.
putrid
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I wonder, but nah, I don't even want to answer that question. I have no idea. Like, I don't want to like
Yeah,
accidentally
what a-
jinx it, you know?
What a terrible,
Dude,
Like,
I
what
really, I
incriminating
really
thing to
wouldn't be
say.
able to survive. I wouldn't be able to survive in jail without gamer Supps
of course not.
without a little bit.
True.
Oh, shit. A little bit of dragon fruit punch.
That's right.
Gamer Supps, my favorite flavor. You know, how else am I going to flavor my cock for a cellmate's lips?
Yeah, how is he gonna
without
get the
use
energy
of
to
Gamer
shiv,
Supps.
to shiv your
Yeah,
cellmate?
give you a little pep in your step when you go to shiv someone, you know?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Be great.
A couple of shivs, mix the blood with the Gamer Supps, drink it down. That's iron. That's potassium. That's all your vitamins and all your nutrients.
It's all you need.
It's all you need.
I'm starting to
You
get a
go-
hint of what Swagger might go to prison for.
Shanking
What-
someone and
what you
drinking
saying?
their blood and mixing it with a Gamer Supps.
Drinking
Dude,
the blood of
it's-
his fellow man.
dude, come on. It's like, you know, if I was anemic, how else would I get the iron?
Wow. I think you got a lot in
There
common
we
with
go.
that 79-year-old mosquito, Swagger. Fucking. Anyway, guys, yes, Gamer Supps, shout out, keeping us sane in prison. And always.
Absolutely.
GamerSupps.gg/misfits. Go for 10% off. Pick up a
Yeah.
fruity flavor.
Code Misfits on gamersubs.gg. Thanks, guys. I'm kind of enjoying this prison talk.
Are you?
Honestly, same, dude.
Yeah.
Prison sounds fucked.
Yeah, I mean, what about like a white collar prison? Like, let's say we go to like a really
Oh,
what's
cushy
that?
white collar prison. A white collar prison is like just basically prison, but for babies.
Is that like a church? Because like white collar.
It's like for like the tax evasion kind of guys, you know, and
Yeah,
the
it's,
CEOs
for,
and
it's for
shit.
the rich white guys that are like, nah, don't put me in general population. They'll fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But why is it
so-
called white collar?
It's because
Because-
they committed white collar crimes, which normally is things like embezzling or tax evasion or
Like
crimes of the business
financial
world.
and-
Yeah, financial
Yeah.
crimes. You know, these
So
are
they go
wealthy
to the
men.
cushy prisons with tennis courts and
Wolf of
it's
Wall
like
Street.
a minimum
Tennis
a minimum security
Yeah.
prison
It's basically
as
a retirement
opposed to a
home.
maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much just go there and eat lobster and
What
sit
the
on
fuck?
cookie
I don't think
bed
it's
and
quite lobster.
look at the
but,
TV.
you know, like it's definitely
Depends
still.
on how rich they are.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess. What's the point? Like, about going.
Yeah,
to a
what's the
prison
point
like
in even
that?
putting them in prison?
You know, I mean, because I guess the punishment is that you're not free to live your life. But I mean,
But like when you're that rich, you are still free,
I guess.
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
fucking
at least that's what I got from the
Epstein went-
documentary.
Epstein went to prison. They let him fucking go out. They let
Yeah,
him leave.
legit.
Just let him walk out the door. I'm pretty sure, like once a day. He had to just sleep
It's
there.
like work. They just clock in and clock out.
It's just a
Yeah, they were
hotel.
saying.
This is a really
Yeah,
shit
that's
hotel.
what they were saying.
It's
Just a hotel.
fucking.
He could get like bitches sent into him and stuff like
I don't think-
all that. He was
I don't know
paying.
about
I'm
that.
not. I'm
Well,
not,
he
not
could keep doing
joking.
his
I don't
shit
know
while
about
he was
that.
in jail. What
No.
the fuck?
Yeah, they were.
No, he
It's
could.
crazy.
I didn't think they let him send women into the prison, but he did. You know, leave and then get on a private fucking jet and go to his island, and then whatever.
Is it really prison at that point? Like the fuck?
Not at all.
Yeah,
not at
if
all.
Instead of
not.
it's like house arrest, except he can use any of his properties, so he can just go to his private island. You know, it's pretty much like a prison there. It's an island. It's not like he can leave.
Mm.
But you
Yeah.
know,
Look,
okay,
I'm of the
he's
person.
dead. He's dead, guys. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's
died.
dead.
Yeah, that's why it's
He
okay to
died.
shit talk him. Fuck that guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was
He's-
thinking about it. Like, it's got to be. You have to have a weird kind of like fucked up mindset to get that filthy like rich. Like, because then it becomes more than just being rich. It becomes like power,
Yeah.
and it's such a weird mindset. I don't know how people can get that. Like,
How much
rich
money
and-
did he even have? Was he like a billionaire or some shit?
No one really knows, I don't think, but yeah, it was pretty. It was at
It
least
was like
in the
a
hundreds.
couple $100 million or
Yeah, it was
something.
in hundreds of millions. Yeah, it's a crazy story. I mean, I think that for someone like him, he's very much a person that was motivated by power, and I think a lot of those like people in
Yeah.
those positions are like it's just like
Oh yeah.
the money's like a game, and the money like gives you the power, but it's more just about like the control and the power. It is. I agree,
That's
Jay.
crazy.
I think you do have to have a certain mindset. I mean, I think there are some billionaires that are actually, all right, maybe. Like,
Yeah,
you never
maybe.
really know until you talk to
Elon
them.
Musk makes fun
Elon.
tweets every now and then.
Well,
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, Elon just
His Twitter's
takes-
pretty cool. I'll give him
Elon,
that.
Elon's kind of an oddball, but he's an oddball in like the good way. Like he's super eccentric.
Mm.
Like it's like he took all the acid, Grimes took all the shrooms, and they both named their son XAEIA12.
Morse code,
Didn't they
baby.
change the name now though?
I think yeah,
Dave
the
or something?
12. They weren't allowed to do the 12, so now the 12 is in Roman numerals. So
Oh, so they're still
no
allowed to do the
mistake.
Same
80
shit.
thing.
Same
oh,
shit.
really? Oh, I thought they were just trolling, but that's
Yeah.
actually the name.
No, well, apparently they're just going to call him X, which is cool.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool, I guess.
How do you introduce them to someone? It's like, who is this? Oh, this is my ex.
This is my
They're like, wait, what?
Excuse me.
Like,
yeah.
all right, Jeffrey.
Oh
Oy.
shit, bro! What the
Whoa,
fuck?
keep bringing it back up to the
callback.
Epstein guy. Yeah, no, but
Dude, Elon's a legend. Fucking, did you see the SpaceX rocket launch, dude? You see the Dragon capsule fucking go up to the ISS?
you know what?
That was
America,
fucking
another
sick.
fucking W for America, by the way. Another
Yeah,
one.
but hasn't China done that like 40 times before you guys already though?
What, go to the ISS?
I don't know.
No,
I'm just
they're
trying to
it's-
trigger
it's
you.
trying to
Russia.
Like I don't know what I'm
We
talking
were
about.
dependent
Neither
on
do I.
Russia for like 25, 30 years to get our astronauts to the ISS. And now the Russians are like, oh, shit, well, you guys have like a cheaper rocket, so we'll just send our cosmonauts up through SpaceX and through America. So,
Hey.
PogChamp, American flag on Mars soon?
That'd
maybe?
be pog.
Maybe? Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
Nah, Americans are popping off in terms of the space travel.
Space
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, at least there's some good news coming out of America.
Yeah, that was crazy to
Mars.
watch.
I
It had
actually-
like how many views did it have?
No, I have no idea. I
like
didn't see it
40 mil.
live because of time zones, but I watched the rerun.
It's
Mm.
ridiculous.
It was fucking really cool.
I didn't
Really fucking
I didn't
cool.
actually see it. I remember seeing the first attempt, and I would like skim through that entire VOD, like, oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to see it. And it just didn't happen. And I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? This shit was on trending. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
that's- that sucks.
there's a VOD on YouTube you could watch.
It was
The
fucking
entire
sick,
thing.
man.
Really, really dope. Self-landing rockets, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How did it
legit.
take us so long to fucking figure that out?
I don't know.
Funding, bro. Funding.
funding.
Everything's
Yeah.
money.
It's true, and you know it's crazy to see like how they launched it in the Crew Dragon capsule.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff now is uniquely 21st century. We can safely say
is.
that we're using 21st century technology.
They use an
Like,
iPad to
for
fucking
space
move
now.
it.
It wasn't an iPad, but it was a touch. it was a touchscreen display.
I think he's just
Everything.
doing
yeah,
it.
It had like everything involving the computing, the routing, the
Mhm.
piloting was all done through a touchscreen in front
I'm
of
just imagine like
That's-
the
that's
Windows
actually
XP
ridiculous.
blue
Which
screen
is
to death just
fucking-
pops up on it.
Well, it runs on it's like 3x86 like
Wait, Elon Musk's
quad-core
kid?
processors. No,
No way.
no. It's like they have three processors that all have to agree before it does an action to like negate any errors. Like I read this
Oh,
whole
that's cool.
article on it. The entire thing is fucking awesome. The new
nuts.
uniforms are fucking sick. It looks so dope. Dude. Mars colony soon.
yeah.
Did
It's about time to get
sorry.
the fuck out of this planet, I reckon. Sorry, Jay. You go.
I reckon as well.
Yeah.
What do you think about the conspiracy? Like when the things cut off when it was about to land again,
Oh,
everyone's like, "Oh, it didn't happen."
Oh, the
really?
flat earthers are like, oh,
like
that's our
the-
chance.
Like when it
Prove it all
lands
wrong.
on the
Yeah,
mothership
yeah.
and then it cuts out.
Yeah,
It
everyone's
has
like,
to-
"Nah, it
has to
didn't
be-
happen."
Yeah, but it has to. It cuts out because like the vibrations caused on the ship fucks up with the with like the reception.
Yeah, it's
so
weird as
it,
fuck.
it cuts out for like 15 minutes or not 15
People
minutes. like
legit think
15
it's
seconds.
fake because of that.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you guys see that
genuinely think that.
documentary Netflix has on the flat earthers?
No,
I
is that
didn't.
Logan Paul's one?
Called no, it's like Behind the Curve, I think. It's funny as like
Oh,
they
yeah.
bought like this $20,000 instrument that was supposed to like prove that the Earth is flat, and then it gave them the right reading to show that the Earth is actually round. They're like, huh. Well, that's interesting. We're gonna have to look more into that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like,
fucking weird, man.
it's you know
so
I mean,
funny watching them
flat
do
Earth-
like mental gymnastics. It's so funny.
Yeah, flat earthers are just like, you know, low hanging fruit to make fun of. It's like making
I know,
fun
but
of
it's
people
so
with Down
fun.
syndrome. It's just like, you know, at this point, it's just cruel. Just let them be. Just let them be fucking stupid.
I just didn't understand. Like, that's such a weird thing to be like, "Oh no, it didn't happen."
Yeah.
cut out
for half
a
it's
second.
odd, right?
Like people that deny the moon landing exists. It's just like
Yeah.
they're missing a couple of brain cells, and that's okay, and we shouldn't hate them for it.
I think the people are just so desperate for a hobby that they just start fucking
Yeah.
fabricating
True,
shit, like
man.
thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna start picking apart reality real quick, and just start
Fucking
You
Shane
know,
Dawson.
it would be more productive for those people to fucking get a toenail collection for their hobby.
Well, I don't know,
least-
Swagger. You don't
at
get a
least they get
Netflix
show off.
documentary about having a toenail collection. Okay, these people clearly are doing something right. People are paying attention. You know, it's all about getting attention these days, Swagger. So
Yeah, y'all need to wake up, sheeple.
you gotta wake up. You know, these guys have got to figure it out. Everyone's paying attention to them. Everyone's talking about them. They're practically popping on social media. These flat earthers.
Dude, the Earth
Yeah.
is flat. 5G radiation causes coronavirus.
Shungite.
The
What
moon
is
landing
Shungite?
was fake.
What's that?
What?
It was like this Shungite. It's like a meme, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's like a rock or some shit that's like
crystals.
supposedly
It's part of
supposed
that.
to.
Yeah, it's part of that like crystal belief system where like crystals give off certain energies. And
Oh, like
shungite is like
healing
a
shit.
Oh,
It's a
I have
mineral-
family that believe in that shit.
yeah,
No,
it's
actual.
like
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
I saw a picture of someone they thought they had like healing energy crystals and they put it all over their steering wheel. So when they hit someone, it would just explode the crystals that were in the car, making a claymore. That's the only thing I remember about that.
Yeah,
Like
this
the
whole
healing energy
crystal thing is
ones.
a very like LA trend, and people believe that the shungite crystal can absorb radiation associated with 5G, and if you put it around your house, then
Ah,
you'll be
there
safe
it is.
from
There you
5G
go.
radiation.
How much these crystals
Yeah.
cost? How are they selling them
I
for?
honestly don't know. I do not know, but I remember.
How do I
hearing-
invest in this guy? That guy's smart. He knows how to make money.
It's like Gwyneth Paltrow saying that you can get the bad energy out of your body by putting a crystal egg in your fucking vagina. It's like, have you seen that shit?
Ow!
Have you seen that shit? It's like a jade egg that's supposed to clear your body of negative menopausal energy. It's so disgusting. It's fucking predatory. Like that shit
That
should
sounds
that
fucking-
should like those practices should be 100% illegal.
Oh,
People
for
that
sure.
meddle with science should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
I mean,
Because
isn't
it's
it legal?
fucking abhorrent.
How is that not illegal in the first place? Like they're just blatantly lying about their product, right?
Yeah, dude, but like they don't fucking face jail time. They get fined, but who the fuck cares when like they've already made their profit from desperate people?
Mm.
You know,
Fuck,
like they
dude.
just get a fine and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll pay the fine and fucking change it and do something else. Yeah, here's a pussy candle. It smells like my pussy. You know, like,
But then it doesn't actually.
and it
apparently.
doesn't actually, apparently. So it just
What?
smells. I mean, if it did, then I'm you know, maybe she should wash because Jesus is Christ.
I don't know. It
The
smells like
reviews
cinnamon.
aren't kind.
Maybe it's like a really nice, yummy smell. You don't know. Why are you judging her pussy? You smelled that shit
Sure.
before?
Hey, dude, I
Hey.
haven't smelled it. Whoever smelled it dealt it. I watched Critical. I watched Charlie review the pussy candle a couple of months ago,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he said it wasn't.
Didn't
You
smell
know,
good.
he was disappointed. He thought it would have smelled like her pussy, and for some
And then he
reason
said
it didn't even
smelled
have a
kind of fishy.
smell. I don't even know if it was fishy at all.
Joking.
Apparently, it was like I don't know his exact quote, but it wasn't a pleasant smell. But
Interesting.
you know, is pussy a pleasant smell?
Depends on the pussy.
I guess so. Like to some people, like pussy is like an aphrodisiac.
It's a pussy by
what?
pussy case.
An aphrodisiac.
What's that
Fuck
mean?
is that?
It's
So
a,
many
it's a
big words.
smell or something that attributes to the senses that makes you want to fuck.
Really?
Yeah, an aphrodisiac. So like,
I get like that with Wagyu steak.
oh yeah, Wagyu
Yeah.
steak.
I want
You're
to fuck the shit out of this
aphrodisiac.
prime beef.
You want to slap that schmeat to a nice little bit of Wagyu. What about Kobe? What about Kobe beef?
No, it's not as good.
Keep an eye on you next time we
He's
go
a
out
man
to
of the
eat.
wagyu.
He's-
He knows, he knows what he
Dude.
likes.
That's why you put the napkin over your lap.
Just
Oh.
slaps his dick down on the hot plate with it. Quick sear on either side. Sprinkle
Yeah,
the
so let
sauce.
me hear that sizzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
That's fucked.
That's the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we go back to talking about space?
Yes.
All right, let's
Yes,
talk about. Let's
come on.
combine the topics and talk about space prison.
Oh
Oh,
my
space
god, that'd be
prison.
so sick!
Yeah, like
I thought you were about to
imagine.
say like space pussy or some shit. I was like, what?
Like the worst of the worst. Like
How-
you'd put the most fucked people up on space to get them off of Earth.
Isn't that
holy
what Australia was
fuck.
originally?
That's
Like
such
the most fucked
bullshit.
prison.
Why would we like spend hundreds of thousands of dollars lifting a person up to space just to keep them there and keep them fed and yada yada?
Nah, don't feed
I
them.
don't know.
Well,
America spends
leave
money
them
on dumb
out
shit all the
Australia.
time.
Have
Ship
them
them all
starve
from
in
Britain
orbit?
to
Yeah,
here,
that'd be
so
fucking.
Why not
Let's
do
do it
that?
space.
Dude, that would cost so much money, and they would have the coolest experience before they die. Why would you do that?
Dude, it's America, bro. They do this kind of stuff. Just trust me.
Yeah.
They just sink money into shit.
it's got to
Gotta
sell
sell
itself.
future.
Space prison is the way to go. We're gonna put them up in space so they're away from the people on Earth.
Yeah, that's such the American thing. Everyone's like protesting. Everyone's out protesting, like, our prisons are too crowded. Our prisons are too crowded. And the government's like, I got a solution for
Space.
you. Space.
Send them up into
Everyone's outside of a prison with signs saying overcrowded prisons, and then the prison just starts shaking, and it just lifts off with a fuck ton of thrusters, and it just shoots.
We
into
did
the
it,
sky.
Patrick. We saved the prisons.
Don't worry, America. We got you.
This is what the Space Force has been working on since. Its
Oh
inception.
shit! It's all making sense now. Damn it! Yeah,
That'd be
we
so
figured
I
it
think
out.
we cracked the code.
Space
No,
prison.
for real though, like if I had like terminal cancer, like if I had a terminal illness, if I had something that I knew for certain like I was going to be dead in like a month or 2 months, I just want to be fucking shot out into space. I think.
You mean like just floating, or you mean like in a ship?
In a ship, cunt. Absolutely. Not just fucking floating. That would
What
be
they
fucking horrible.
What if they give you like enough food or like some pill you could eat to where it like gives you enough nutrients for like the rest of eternity, and they just put you in a spacesuit and they just like shove you out, and it's going like
that'd be-
flying out to the abyss.
I just fucking I just punched my fucking my visor until it broke.
They
I
put
don't
you in
wanna
a
do
straitjacket. How about that? That's like the
then
ultimate form of torture there. Jesus.
I think
Uh,
if I had 2 months left to live, first I would do heroin like ASAP, just to try.
Oh yeah, you've said you'd want to.
100%.
you
would.
do every drug.
do
eh?
every drug like maybe
Yeah.
a few times, and then I would go up to space, and then I would probably
Apparent-
ask to have some heroin on the ship. I reckon as well, because at this
Surely,
point, let's face it, it's not gonna be fun
surely.
without the heroin. Like I've already tried it, and then I'll just be out in space just on heroin, and it'll be sick.
But you wouldn't even be able to enjoy it. You'd just be nodding off.
No, I'll be
Like-
like, oh yeah, space heroin.
I would want
Space heroin.
Bro, I feel like I'm floating right now. This shit's great.
I'd probably be on like a psychedelic or something.
Yeah,
Something serotonergic. I'd want to like have my pupils fully dilate and look right into the sun.
true.
Oh my god.
I just want you see God.
Yeah, just
No,
eating shrooms, popping caps in space. The best. That
Mm.
would actually that'd be so
an
nutty.
MDMA dance party in
Oh
zero
my god,
G.
that'd be hectic. That'd actually be the best light show
Yeah,
ever.
What a banger.
Yeah.
I was
I would really want to do that shit, but space is fucking horrifying. There's no fucking protection against radiation. All you have is your suit. You know that if you were shot out of an air locker, you could hold your breath for up to a minute. If you take a full on inhale and then you're shot out into space, your lungs will immediately decompress and it'll be the most painful experience and you'll die. pretty
Yeah, I
quick.
was watching a
But
clip.
if you have it at 50%, like maybe half your lung capacity, you could probably last for about a minute
So-
before you die.
What you're saying is
Um,
pro tip: if you got to abandon ship, stab one of your lungs and then jump out into space.
No. Just
Apparently, your
exhale a
blood
little
turns to
bit.
gas.
Yeah, well, you'll
What?
start. Yeah, it'll start boiling.
Yeah.
The difference in pressure will force all of the gas out of all of the liquid in your body. So you'll be burping, farting, shitting, coming.
No way,
and
coming at the
everything.
same time.
Yeah,
Crying
it's
and
pretty
everything.
crazy.
It's
But-
like space
But
orgasm.
what's incredibly fucking metal about going into space without a suit is that the part of your body facing the sun will be scorching, will be absolutely scorching, while the other side that's facing away from the sun will be well below the freezing point, extremely below
crazy.
the freezing point.
So what you're saying,
you'll
Swagger,
be-
is that
If you just
you would be
spin in place,
just
you'll be okay.
You'd be just right.
Yeah,
What was
you
that?
gotta be like a
You'd
rotisserie chicken.
what you're saying is that you'd be just right.
It'd be just right. No, I wouldn't. I would be. All of the gas in my blood would be boiling
Yeah,
away.
No.
I would be
but-
asphyxiated. The eyes would be popping out of my
No,
head. I would be
no.
simultaneously
No,
being burnt alive
No.
and frozen on one side.
no,
And
What?
it wouldn't be fun.
no. You
What
would.
do you reckon your reaction would be? Because you know how it's like hot and you're like, oh, that's hot. Or, and like when it's cold, it's like, oh, fuck, I'm freezing. What reaction do you think it'd have?
I'm
Like,
telling
what
you.
would
I'm
you-
telling you.
Yeah, that's a
You
pretty
would
good
be
reaction. to have,
just right. You'd be like, it's the perfect balance. You know,
No.
You don't even know.
I actually do. So, get
It would-
fucked.
it
yeah,
would
it's
be
like jumping in a
balance.
pool and then jumping in the hot tub back and forth. That'd probably feel
Yeah.
great.
I'm wondering if it's
I
like,
don't know.
or it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's probably like,
Yeah, it's like some sort of chimpanzee noise.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I wonder if you were spinning like really quickly, if it
Ooh.
would like even out.
Maybe you
into,
could
like,
actually-
into,
Yeah,
like,
what's
It's
this chicken
perfectly
cooking
cooked.
slowly?
Yeah, like a
it's
rotisserie.
perfectly- Yeah.
It's like,
dude.
it just makes the sound of
that's my
water
bucket-
hitting
it's
lava.
definitely on my bucket list before I die. One of my goals is to make as much money as I can, just so that I could spend like over $100K to just be shot up into space, go around the moon for like 3 days, then return.
Is that how much it
Um,
costs?
I think it's like 150,000.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
That's just
well,
for economy.
that's what they're hoping for in like the next 10 years. I think that's the price that they're going to try to go for.
Surely by the
Right-
time you
but right
retire,
now,
it'll
like
be cheaper.
billionaires and shit are already like bidding. They do like auctions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I heard
Russian-
about that.
Yeah, like Russian oligarchs like going like, yeah, I'll fucking spend like a couple million rubles just so I could go around. You have like the Japanese billionaire that's like, yeah, of course, I'll do like $1 million, $2 million, so I could draw a picture of the moon as I
Yeah.
shoot around. Like all the shit like that. That's very interesting. I want to be a part of space tourism, and not like in a business way, but as like a participant.
I heard that I saw a clip on Rogan that an astronaut went up to space, and for the first time, when he looked at the Earth from space, he was like, "This is kind of shit."
Oh, what?
Yeah, because apparently, like the images and videos and stuff that you get coming from space are so high quality that you
Yeah.
can see more with that
Well,
than you
they're-
can with your actual eyes.
Maybe it's just cloudy.
They're composite images.
Mm.
From space. From space, a lot of it is composite images. It's a lot of different images sewn together, a lot of Photoshop, a lot of editing to give the big picture.
True.
But from the view of space in the ISS, it's not like you could see the entirety of the Earth. You could
Probably just
see,
looking at like
you know,
a tiny little window and you just see and it's all foggy and shit.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be foggy, but it's just like you'd look out and you'd see like maybe like a quarter of the Earth that you're moving over because you're not
Close.
really all that high up
Yeah.
relative to the Earth. I think it's like maybe 100 kilometers or a bit more than
Really?
that. Let me actually
shit.
look that up.
You'd want that view from like way further away to get the entire thing.
Yeah, space is so pog, dude.
Yeah, no space.
Yeah, it's only 200 miles up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like a
Yeah,
2-hour
it-
trip in the car. That's not even that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then you're just floating there, fucking doing nothing.
Space station fucking goes so fucking quick. It goes so fucking fast.
Isn't it like 10,000 kilometers an hour or some shit?
It's just a insane speed because all like 0G is. It's not like gravity isn't affecting you. It's just that you're going so quickly around the planet that gravity is being negated
Mm.
because you're traveling
So weird.
faster than the distance that you're falling, or you're traveling equal to the speed that you're falling.
Oh
So
yeah, you're just perpetually falling.
You're
That's all it
perpetually
is.
falling
Mm.
around the planet, which is fucking awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
crazy, man. Isaac
yeah.
Newton invented that.
Yes, he did.
Crazy how we did that.
That's
dude.
insane.
Yeah,
He got an apple and he was like, gravity, and he crushed it, and then everything
Just-
fell.
Everything
That's
fell. Everything was
insane.
floating
I
around.
can't
up
even
until
build
Isaac
IKEA
Newton came
furniture. I don't
along.
know how the fuck he managed that. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a guy. Oh my god. Yeah, well, let's talk about space some more. We've talked about space prison. I'm curious to see what a
Space 6.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It's
though?
impossible. It is.
Is it though?
In 0G, yes.
What do you
Is
mean?
it
though?
Explain.
Yeah, I mean, no.
It's not like your boner's gonna go down or some shit like that with zero G.
It's just extremely hard for your blood to circulate into your cock so that your
Ah.
blood vessels, like open up and make your cock hard.
Well, if you pop a
Uh,
Viagra or two.
Which is why,
Yeah.
like, they wanted Pornhub to send Johnny Sins and some other female porn
Oh,
star
I love Johnny
into
Sins.
space to have sex in 0G. But later they determined, I believe, that it was impossible to actually get hard in space or to even conceive.
What?
So,
Oh.
like, if you wanted to have kids in space, like en route to a mission or whatever, you'd probably have to have a bunch of test tube babies ready to be fertilized, and then they would, be in artificial wombs or whatever. Like, this is like, hundreds and hundreds of years in the future. That kind of shit.
What would it be like being horny but not being able to get hard? Like, what would that feeling be like?
I don't know.
Would
I
you
guess
even
could-
get horny?
I don't know. We should get an astronaut on the podcast.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, not
First
straight
question
up,
we
you
ask
can't.
him. So, did you jerk off up there? Be honest. Was it possible?
Dude, I'm
How horny were
genuinely
you?
curious. How does it work? Like,
Yeah, dude.
actual.
Yeah, I wonder if they train you for that. Like, all right, listen, you're gonna get really fucking horny up there, but you're not gonna be able to get hard. Here's what we need you to do: take a couple deep breaths. Think about, I don't know, dying in space, and that way you'll be fine. I don't
You'll
know.
be chilling.
I don't know
You'll
what
be
they're
chilling.
telling. You'd be chilling.
They do that like meditation orgasm shit where they like
Hey,
just don't
dude.
even touch.
Oh yeah, the
Women would
hands
be
free.
fine. Women would be fine. They'd be able to go ham up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Oh fuck,
yeah,
I don't want to
dude.
imagine that.
Women have an advantage that way, but they have a lot of disadvantages going up into space. female anatomy isn't really kind to like space travel, space exploration, especially like EVA, like getting out of a vehicle and doing a spacewalk. Because, for men that need to pee while they're like on the moon, surface of the moon, or they have to shit or whatever, like men have a device on their spacesuit which is practically a condom that they slip onto their cock, and then at the end of the condom is a catheter, and then you piss and it goes to the catheter into a urinal bag, and and you pretty much just shit into like a diaper kind of thing. But for women, you really can't do that, and it doesn't help that the vagina's neighbor is an asshole. So
God, I hate that
like
guy.
if they real douchebag.
Real shitty person.
Yeah, and he'll shit, and then obviously like that's just a one-way ticket to fucking UTI.
Jesus Christ, that is
very
grim.
good. And that's like an engineering problem that people have been trying to solve.
Imagine
for a
being the
while.
engineer.
How can
That's
we-
your job, is to solve that problem.
Yeah, just the
I'll figure
perfect
that shit
cup
out.
to fit over a pussy and segregate the asshole.
Hey, segregation's bad.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. The asshole's pretty shitty.
True.
You probably want to keep some distance. The vagina is a bit of a douche. Right? What are you gonna do?
Dude, yeah, that's the stuff you need to think about when you're bit in NASA and shit, though.
It's like,
Oh,
what do
it
you do
is.
for work?
Oh.
I just deal with fucking douches and assholes all day.
They have
Yeah.
probably have people that are hired to do exactly that, and that's kind of
well,
weird, but
they
not
have
weird.
They have people that are designing the suits, meet
Necessary.
prerequisites, and all sorts of stuff. But that's one of the hurdles that we have to, because it's easier to problem solve for a man because we have a fleshy tube.
Mhm.
Women
We have
it
a
little
cock
bit
and
different.
balls.
And a cock and balls.
Yeah.
Mm.
Stop being
Women have it a little bit harder in terms of space flight, but women are determined and they never give up.
That's right.
Anyone with a wife would know that, because they won't fucking leave you alone to leave to fucking wash the dishes or fucking do the laundry. And they never shut the fuck up, and it's horrible.
I thought you were
To be
gonna
honest,
start.
it would probably be good if they were all in space.
Space prison.
I thought he was gonna like start like with
Sorority.
some empowering speech about women. Like anyone with a wife
Yeah.
would know that women never give up. They never leave you the fuck alone. Am I right, fellas? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Amen, brother.
I love women, even though it's Pride Month.
Yeah.
Gang.
Wow.
Gang, gang.
He really said it with a
Gang,
I
gang.
song.
still have to paint my nails for Pride Month. I need to get some black nail polish because I'm a straight ally. So I have to, I'm gonna make it like a thing.
Hmm.
Because I did it last June, so I'll do it again. I have to go pick some up.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Gonna finger some hot dudes with
Okay.
them nails.
What was that?
What?
What'd you say?
No. Space prison.
You're like cutting in and out for me.
Oh, am I? Sorry. I
Yeah,
I made a
yeah.
little joke, and the audience will hear that one. That's fine.
Space. Okay, space prison, space sex, space men
Space
and women. What's
school.
the next space thing?
Space school
Space school.
Space school.
and space bullies. Let's talk about them. The
Space
worst.
bullies. Oh, I hate it when they shove you in the air locker.
Just like twist, you get shot out into space. It's like,
Classic one.
Nerd.
That's
Worst kind of bully.
Remember that
Kyle!
happening back in my days.
oh my god, have you guys seen the movie Snowpiercer? By the way,
Oh, I watched it literally last night.
the movie or the
haven't.
show?
For the first time. I watched Snowpiercer
What
for
is
literally the first time last night. What the fuck?
Did you watch the
What is
movie
it?
or
What
the
is it?
show? This Jay, because the show just came out on Netflix. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I watched I watched the movie and I watched like
Yes.
the first episode of the.
Okay, Snowpiercer spoilers. I thought of this because we were talking about space and shooting people out into space. Basically, the concept of the show is that like society is stuck on this train that never stops moving, and the world has been frozen over, and like an apocalypse happened, and like basically
Yeah.
like it's freezing cold outside, and the last remaining humans are stuck on this train that just perpetually moves along the same cycle on this rail, and that's like, and it generates power, and it's like warm inside. And one
That's
of the,
really interesting.
and like it's all about it's about the same person that directed Parasite. I forget the guy's name,
Mhm.
like really famous director. But like the movie's about like class systems, and one of the ways that they punish people in this really horrific dystopian way. This
Oh
is
my
spoilers, by the
God.
way. Is there's like this hole in the train, and it's like a glove, and you put your hand over the glove, and you stick it. You stick your hand like through this hole basically, and your arm, your entire arm, is just hanging out the side of the train in this freezing cold weather, and
While
you just
it's
sit
moving.
there, and like your entire arm just is outside freezing. The person's just screaming there, until their arm is completely frozen and it's like blue and black. And then they bring it out of the train and then they smash it with a hammer. How fucked up is that shit?
So
that is
fucked.
absolutely fucking crazy. Like
that reminds me of if you've seen the Netflix series, I think it's Something's Love and Robots.
Sex, Love, and Robots.
Sex, Love, and Robots.
There was one episode where there was a astronaut in like a module doing some kind of repair, and her oxygen gets fucked by like space junk that was flying by, and she's basically spinning away from her capsule.
Yeah.
And she takes off the arm. She tourniquets her arm, takes off the sleeve, and then breaks. And then her arm freezes, and then she breaks her arm, and then she uses that to throw it so that the Newton's second law or the first or whatever, one of Newton's laws. She throws it, and because she throws it, it pushes her back, and then she's able to grab onto the thing.
That's metal. That's so metal.
It was pretty fucking cool. Because I think first she throws like the sleeve, but she misses, and then she has to break her fucking arm and rip it off, and then throw that, and then she's fine. Very, very interesting
Shit like
concept.
Fuck, man.
It's very interesting.
Imagine having a frozen hand.
Yeah, definitely. Like one of the things that Snowpiercer did well is like kind of it makes you reconsider. Like imagine like the world does end and a small percentage of the population gets shot out into space, and like that's literally the entirety of the human race from that point on. Like the world implodes or the Earth is no more.
It'd be over. Not enough genetic diversity.
Yeah,
to
but like where I'm like entertaining an idea for like entertainment purposes. So imagine so imagine like the like society. Let's say is like a handful of ships, and it's maybe like 10,000 humans. Like you would have to completely restructure how society works for this new environment. And bro, that's kind of fucking crazy to think about, because everyone is so accustomed to thinking like, oh, well, this is how the world works. Like we have this system in place that's been established over millions, or hundreds and thousands of years,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I guess we got to reconsider. Fucking you're out in space.
Legit.
And you got to work shit out on in a metal box floating through the galaxy.
And the one thing that I was like, I was like thinking about it, but I didn't know how to think about it. But what I was thinking was, the poor, I'm spoiling the whole movie, pretty much.
Already spoiled.
But the poor people, right? They're like, nah, fuck this, dude. We need to go take over that shit because we're getting treated like shit.
Yeah.
But like, the people at the very front and stuff, they know how to run this thing so it like constantly stabilizes and is constantly functioning properly.
Yeah.
Like when they take over, it's fucked. Everything's fucked.
Exactly.
And I was just thinking like, whose side do you have to be on?
Yeah. Well, it's fucked, right? Because like immediately, like there's just a class system in place. And like there's these poor people at the bottom that are necessary for the train.
They're necessary,
but they're treated like so poorly, like just awfully. And there's these rich fucks at the front that are not doing very much. And then there's these important rich people at the front that are like making sure that everything actually works.
Yeah, legit.
And it's just like it's a really interesting film actually about like class systems and stuff. And
definitely
I would
makes
highly
you
recommend
think.
anyone watches it. But yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild.
And hopefully that's not what happens when we go to space.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna cross my fingers.
I mean, as like I said, like it's probably not even logistically possible for anyone to survive. So,
well, say you went to Mars, with a team of 12 people. You go to Mars, you land, you're out. It's fine. It's just you and 12 other people, and then you murder all the other 11. Say you and like 3 others. Kill the rest of them. So now there's only 4. You've murdered, like maybe the other 10.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck's gonna arrest you? Who's gonna enforce law? Who's going to enforce like order? Like especially in like a Mars colony, there's like talks of like, well, there'd have to be like a whole new. It would be an entirely new structure. They would be completely autonomous from Earth. They would be a sovereign entity.
Things would devolve into like raw tribalism very quickly, I feel.
Well, sure. I mean, it depends on how they would structure it. Obviously, like the people going there for missions are still going to be bound by like a code of ethics and all sorts of stuff. And they're going to have a mission, and they're all going to be good friends and teammates. And and colleagues, and they're all going to be mature and smart enough to be able to get their job done. But it's a matter of when the colony evolves into an actual civilization, into a self-perpetuating city.
Yeah.
That's when shit gets weird.
Yeah.
Because that's when, well, who are the cops going to be? How are they going to enforce stuff? How are they going to keep people safe?
Who's
what
going to
if
be the
people get
leader?
sick? Who's going to be a
Like,
leader?
Leadership is very important, I
know,
feel, in situations like that. And like,
it's that kind of thing. Because at that point, you don't have a fucking police, you don't have a military.
yeah.
You have literally, your entire civilization either in subterranean caverns or on the surface of Mars in a big glass dome, and either one is probably not going to be pleasant living. And I think most humans that go to Mars to live there are going to have a very hard time mentally adjusting to the fucking wastescape that is Mars. It's not very fun. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you're gonna let all the fucking," to Elon, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna let all the fucking rich people go to Mars and be safe away from Earth, and they're gonna have this little fucking paradise on another planet." Like, bro, if you ever fucking like, do you know what the fuck Mars is like? It's fucking horrible. Like, imagine like the fucking Nevadan desert. Imagine like it's just the driest, coldest piece of shit fucking area ever.
Yeah.
And it's all over the planet. And there's massive dust storms that fucking block out the sun for 3 months. Like,
fucking hell.
Like fucking horrible conditions.
And the hyper wealthy, people who are used to like comfortable conditions and like insanely like beautiful, like peak financial experiences are probably like the least equipped to adjust to that sort of environment.
Yeah, they're not going to want to do that. They may be able to afford a trip, but they're not going to want to fucking stay.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to stay there. Unless we drop fucking thermonuclear warheads all over the poles of Mars to accelerate like a global warming and an atmospheric change.
You're saying we should nuke Mars?
Bomb Mars.
Bomb Mars, dude. Nuke Mars. It's a real theory. I'm not sure how exactly ethical it is because, I think we ought to check Mars for microbial life.
Yeah, it turns out there's this entire
nuking
microbial civilization of like hyper intelligent like little beings like living all around the planet, and we just completely fucked their shit up unintentionally. We land on Mars like, oh my god, there are so many bodies. Oh my god. That'd be hectic.
You see like a bunch of Martian aliens like that were like right under the ground, like they're just dead. One's holding their child in their arms.
It's them. It's the monsters. Like, we're so sorry. We just wanted a child.
What the fuck, dude? Like, it's God.
There's like little tribal paintings and stuff, and they're like of these massive beings, massive astronauts.
Doomsday. They actually think we're demons. Like, we're the bad guys. We could be the bad guys in the Alien movie of the future, guys. Think about it.
We legit could be.
We could be.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck, what's that one anime? Like Attack on Titan with like the tall giants? It's
Yeah.
like that shit coming in for him.
Yeah.
dude, it's wild. I remember reading like all sorts of science fiction stuff in the past, and there was this one story where the concept was that humans are the most overpowered like species in the universe, and like every other fucking
Yeah, we're pretty OP.
Yeah,
like
that
every other race of
Humans are
alien
pretty OP.
like can't like deal with water, like water's like acid to them, or and then like, and they're like, because the human body's pretty fucking weird. It was a very interesting story because it's like, it was like written through the point of view of like an alien keeping us in a cage, and it was like, we've never experienced anything like a human before, because it's like they chopped off his arm and he was still alive, and they were really perplexed by that, and then like he fashioned together like a shiv from like a piece of metal, and he tied it to something, and he ended up killing an alien with it. It was like this whole thing that like
Yeah, it looks interesting.
kind of set up like humans to be super overpowered. So like imagine if we were actually like the peak of the solar system or the
Shit, that's
galaxy.
depressing.
Think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're the
that'd
peak.
be- that'd be kinda
Yeah, that
bonkers,
would
though.
suck,
That would
man.
suck.
We're the
Bonkers,
peak
though.
of evolution. Jesus Christ, we're fucked, bro.
We
Hey,
need
dude,
some
as far as we
benevolent.
know, we currently are. We currently are. There's no other intelligent boys around. No one's
Dude.
picking up radio signals. No one's
That's
no
not
one's
good
no
enough.
one's doing anything.
We
We're
need some
ghost enough, man.
hyper intelligent,
What the
just
hell?
benevolent beings to come along and just help us the fuck out because we are screwed, I reckon. Like,
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
Yeah,
Isaac
dude.
Newton's dead. There's no more shit like that. No more gravity
And
soon.
we need aliens to come over and just be like, oh, you guys still doing war? Fuck, man, we stopped doing that like 100 million years ago. You guys are still fighting about shit? Fuck, figure your shit out. Here, we're going to show
You guys still haven't legalized weed?
We're going to show you guys the secrets of the universe. It's going to be fine, little buddies. It's going to be okay. And they'll just like put a nice arm around Earth and be like, hey, we got you. We're going to show you how
tentacle.
to be.
A nice little tentacle.
We're going to show you how to be. And then that'll be that. And we'll
And then they
accelerate.
take us over.
Then they take us over and we're enslaved to them.
Dude, I would
forever.
smoke so much weed with an alien. I would smoke a retarded amount of weed with an alien. So fucking much.
Surely.
To them, it's just like
Dude.
their water. Like they just need it. They just do it
Yeah,
every
they
day.
just constantly.
Bro, why are you
constantly
acting so
inhaling
weird,
smoke.
dude? What? This is some weed. You're like, I don't know, man. It's space weed, bro. I'm
Aliens,
chimping.
man.
Anyway,
Oh, dude, I would if I was the first person to come in contact with an alien. Like if an alien landed in my backyard, and I was like the first human to make contact with it, I would be sure to go. They'd be like, "Hello, what is your greeting?" And I would go, "Yo, we pimp chimpin'." And then from then on,
They just get on their spaceship and leave.
Yeah, they get on the spaceship, they leave, they come back. They had the giant mothership with a loudspeaker, and he goes, "Greetings, people of Earth. We're pimp chimpin'."
they took your message and started an entire religion about it back home. Being pimp chimping. Like they've got statues of you everywhere. Yeah, you'd like that swagger.
Uh-huh.
You'd be their
I would.
leader.
I would.
Guys,
Because then it would finally have caught on.
the message he's been desperately trying to spread will finally have hit home. We pimp chimping.
We are
Guys,
pimp chimpin'.
this has been the Misfits podcast. We got to wrap it up here. We got shit to do.
It
Hope you guys
absolutely has
are
been.
having a good one. Hope you guys are staying safe in this crazy world. And we will see you next week. Thank you to our sponsor, Supps. Go to gamersupps.gg. Use code Misfits to grab yourself some gamer energy. And we'll be back
Poggers.
soon with
Yeah,
more.
and make sure Spotify 24 hours early.
Absolutely.
If you wanted to catch this podcast on Spotify, just go over
With
there.
video soon.
Check it
That's
out. With
not-
video soon. Probably by the next podcast. So
Nice.
later, boys. Have a good one.
Bye. Good night.
Bye, everyone.